Hi guys, it's Aaliyah. Welcome back to my channel. So first off, I need to say, pardon my nails. I'm not one that really ever paints their nails. I do every once in a while. But I tried painting my nails and I'm just a very impatient person. And as you can see, something happened. So I'm just like, at this point, kind of whatever. So what I wanted to do, I had a thought in my mind. If you've been watching my channel, I've been really into well, the last few videos was I was creating or recreating a little tiny junk journal that I was inspired by my friend Stacy. So since then, I've actually gone and created another little tiny one. Oh my gosh, so cute. And so that's kind of like my thing right now. Then I was in Michael's just the other day and I saw, like all the little wooden boxes they had. And I thought, what a good idea if I made a journal, to go inside a box. So what I'm going to do over the next few videos, and this is not a tutorial, this is kind of like a craft along, sort of like this is what I'm up to type thing. So that's what it's going to be. But basically, I've already taken off all the hardware, so that way I can paint it easier. And then what I wanted to do was decoupage on it. Now I'm thinking it's going to be a cross between either napkins or the sewing pattern. I just haven't figured out what I want to do yet. But I figure first, because I have to let it dry anyway, I'm just going to paint it. And I'm just using this regular, it looks gold, but when it comes out, it's a little bit lighter. It's just something that I've had in my stash. I didn't want to go out and buy new paint, so, and it's just like an undercoat sort of that will kind of like, I don't know, cover up the wood a little bit. See, it doesn't really cover up, more of like just kind of like an extra layer. Let's go with that. But I love painting things. I'm not, well, honestly, I'm not that good at it, as you can see by my nails, but I just like, this is very relaxing. And it's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, like kind of, I don't know, therapeutic. Is that the way to describe it? I don't even know. But yeah, so in this video, I'm just going to kind of chit chat and paint the box. And kind of, I don't know. Well, this video, because my videos really are never that long because of my wonderful phone, that it doesn't, for some reason, record over a certain amount of time. But I hope I'm in focus. So, obviously I do a lot of my videos in parts if it's something that's going to be kind of a long process like this. So I'll usually just kind of go until it's almost time and then shut it off and then come back on. Where this, I want to try to paint the whole thing in the allotted amount of time that I have, just because then it has to dry. So, and I don't know, how am I gonna, excuse the motorcycles. Maybe like, well, I don't know, actually. I didn't think about that, because if I'm painting on all sides, well, I'm going to get a little bit gluey. I mean, a little bit painted, but that's okay. And really, it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to be decoupaging over it, so as long as I get pretty much, oh gosh, maybe if I just, I mean, the project I'm thinking in my head, I think it's going to work, but I've never done it before, so it's going to be sort of an adventure at the same time. So I can't guarantee exactly how this is going to come out. I think I know what I want, but it's always fun just to kind of, I don't know, try it. You never know until you try. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Then I'll just have like a little pretty painted box, because I just need another box in my life. So many boxes. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a little painty, but that's okay. Quite all right. Got to get a little bit messy to have fun. Or what is it? You're not having fun unless you get messy? I don't know. Is that a thing? Hmm. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do the outside with. I mean, maybe I can do a combination of both. Start out with, I don't know. And it can also be layered, like, you know, it doesn't have to be just one simple layer. But I guess really maybe, I don't know. I was gonna say depending on which napkins I have, um, and I guess also I should. Well, you know what? I know I'm talking in circles, but I'm kind of figuring out as I go. I should figure out the journal first, like the cover, and then depending on what the cover is going to be, then go from there and see, you know, do I want to do napkins or do I want to do the sewing pattern? Either way, I think it's going to be cool. That's my plan. I'm going to plan for coolness and then see what happens. And as I touch everything and I'm getting paint all over me. And I have still drying nails. Ah, this is just great. Okay. So, ooh, let's just put that off to the side. And let's get more. So I know that there are people that always like, well, I shouldn't say always, but they do have the projects where they do the little journals and boxes and stuff. And off the top of my head, though, I can't really remember who I've seen recently, but I'm sure I've seen them. I have to, because the idea had to come from somewhere. So I just think it's going to be so cute. Actually, way back when I used to do mini albums, I did a few mini albums that came in a little box, like a mini album, and then it was in like a little box made from cardstock and stuff. So I have done it, but I've actually made the box that the mini album went in. Where this, it's a box already made, and then I'm going to put the mini album in, or no, the junk journal, not even a mini album, in this. So yeah, that's my plans. So I went to an estate sale today, and it was a 3-day estate sale. And today, obviously, it was the last day. And a lot of times I do go the last day, number one, because it's Sunday, because Sundays are my days when I'm sort of out and about. I do all my errands and stuff. And then if there's an estate sale on a Sunday, I'll usually go. I don't normally go on Saturdays unless it's somewhere near my parents' house, because Saturday I go visit my parents and hang out with them every Saturday. And if there's an estate sale near their house, then I will definitely go. But estate sales up near my house, I only go if it's on a Sunday. So there was an estate sale today. Like I said, it was the 3rd day of the 3-day sale, and a lot of times I actually do have luck and at the last day, because they're trying to get rid of everything, so I'll get really good prices on things that I buy a lot of times, just because they don't, you know, they'd rather sell it than, I don't know how estate sales work, but they would rather sell it than pack it up and tell the homeowner or the family of the person who owned the home, you know, that they have all this stuff left over. So that's another reason why I like to go the last day. But also when you go the last day, there are very slim pickings, you know. But the only nice thing is when I go to an estate sale, I look for stuff that most people aren't looking at. People that go to the estate sales around here, they're looking for the furniture, clothes, household items, things like that. Where I, of course, you know, you gotta think junk journal, and I look for anything that can be used in a junk journal. So went today. I only got 2 things because it was really like, there was really not much left. But that's not why I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this because it was in the most beautiful, well, old but beautiful carriage house. So I don't know if it's a thing everywhere, but around here in my area, a lot of the older homes, like the really old homes, like the ones that were like here when like this was first, you know, a city and stuff like that. They're really large houses, and then they always had the carriage house next to the house, which I'm sure like way back when, it's where like kind of you had your horses and stuff on the first floor, all the equipment for the horses and stuff, and then there was a living quarters upstairs, and maybe that was for like for the help or you know whatever, and so you see a lot of old homes around here, especially near the ocean, that have the carriage homes, and so this one was, and most of the stuff was in the carriage house. Unfortunately, you couldn't go to the upper part, but you know, that's okay. But it was just the coolest thing. It was like, I don't know how to describe it. Like I could literally see, and I stood outside for a while and just looked at it. And I'm sure the people thought I was like, what is she doing? Is she casing the place? Like, but it was just so beautiful. And I really should have taken pictures. Now that I'm kicking myself thinking, oh man, I should have. But it was just, first of all, it was so nice and like old looking, but in like a really, I don't know, vintagey, antique sort of way, not like run down old looking, but like cool old looking. And, you know, it was this, you walked into like a big area where you probably, you know, the horses walked into, and then there was a back room that led off that, and then all these other rooms. It's almost like you would like walk into like a circle sort of. And like there were some small rooms, some big rooms. You could just imagine way back when, I bet some of those were stalls, just the way they were shaped and everything. It was just beautiful. And then I'm just checking the time. Okay, good. And then when you got like really further kind of deep into the barn or carriage house, and you closed your eyes and just smelled, and this sounds really, really weird, but you could really almost smell it 100 years ago in a good way, not like ew it smells way, but like and I don't know how to explain it, like you could smell like a barn, like almost the horses and the leather from like, you know, the bridles and the saddles and that kind of thing, maybe along with a little mixture of hay. But it's just like you would close your eyes and almost be like transported back to like the early 1900s. It was so neat, like really, really neat. So that's, oh gosh, I really shouldn't have touched that. That's where I was today, and it was really cool. So I'll probably do a video. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I probably will do a video of the 2 things that I bought, because one is actually gonna go right into my shop. It is really neat. So so be on the lookout for that video. So I think we are done here. I've painted the whole box. Let me just stand up and see. I hope I was in frame the whole time. So, oh gosh. So I'm going to let this dry, and when we come back, well, between as it's drying to the next video, I'm going to kind of figure out what theme I want to do for the journal, and that way I can figure out, do I want to do like napkin decoupage or the sewing pattern decoupage. So I'm not quite sure yet, but I don't know. I don't want to say anything. So let's just let this dry. I'm going to end the video here, and I'm going to do a little bit of, I don't know, prep work or figuring out work to see where I want this project to go. But so far, so good. This just needs to dry. I think actually I'll probably transport it onto wax paper. That way it won't like stick to this paper as it's drying. And then go from there. So I hope you like this. I hope you like my little stories. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.